Two black spheres touch in the middle of Shinjuku, and reality picks a side. This is a domain expansion, a barrier where the caster's cursed technique becomes a law of physics, and every attack inside is guaranteed to hit. It is called the pinnacle of Jujutsu sorcery for a reason. Even Satoru Gojo's infinity, the defense that stops everything, gets bypassed by a sure-hit domain. But not every domain is built the same. Some are a death sentence the second they close around you. Others are unfinished, leaking, one mistake away from killing their own user. So today, we're ranking every major domain expansion in Jujutsu Kaisen, from the weakest to the single strongest. And by the end, you'll know exactly why the number 1 isn't the one most people shout first. Let's open the barrier. Number 9. Megumi Fushiguro and the Chimera Shadow Garden. Here's the honest truth about Megumi's domain. It's incomplete, and he knows it. He can flood an entire space with a living ocean of shadow and pull an army of Shikigami straight out of the floor, but he can't fully seal the barrier, which means it has no true guaranteed hit. Power proof. Against the reincarnated sorcerer Reggie Star, Megumi didn't just win. Inside that shadow, he summoned Mahoraga, the 8-handled sword-divergent Sela divine general, the one Shikigami even Sukuna feared. A domain this dangerous while still unfinished tells you exactly how terrifying it becomes once it's whole. That's the floor of this list. It only climbs from here. Number 8. Hiromi Higuruma and Deadly Sentencing. This one breaks the rules, literally. Higuruma's domain is a courtroom. Step inside and all violence is forbidden. You're put on trial, and his Shikigami, Judge Man, reads the verdict. It's an old-style, non-lethal domain, so it doesn't kill you outright. It does something scarier. Power proof. A first-time sorcerer with a few months of experience dragged Sukuna, the king of curses himself, into court, and the guilty verdict stripped him down and handed Higuruma the executioner's sword, a blade that ignores cursed energy defense entirely and can cut a technique clean out of its user. A domain that can disarm the strongest being in the series is nowhere near the bottom. Number 7. Dagon and the Horizon of the Captivating Skandha. A calm, sunlit beach, and that calm is the trap. Dagon's domain births an endless, self-replenishing swarm of fish-like Shikigami that never miss, and the longer you stay, the more there are. Power proof. Inside it, Dagon simultaneously overwhelmed 3 elite sorcerers at once, Nanami, Maki, and the Zenin clan's fastest fighter, Naobito, and they had no counter. The domain was only broken because Toji Fushiguro tore it open from the outside. Nobody trapped inside could stop it. Pure, patient, drowning pressure. Number 6. Mahito and the Self-Embodiment of Perfection. Mahito's whole technique is that he can reshape a soul the instant he touches it, but touching a real fighter is hard. His domain deletes that problem. Power proof. Inside the Self-Embodiment of Perfection, the touch requirement vanishes. Everyone caught inside has their soul laid bare and open to him at once. This is how a cursed spirit erased the sorcerer Mekamaru in a single exchange after a whole battle of struggling. A domain that turns your greatest weakness, needing to land a hit, into a guarantee is a nightmare that only gets worse the higher we climb. Number 5. Kinji Hakari and the Idle Death Gamble. Yes, a pachinko parlor. Laugh now. Anyone dragged inside is forced to play his slot game, and when Hakari hits the jackpot, the rules of the series bend around him. Power proof. A jackpot grants Hakari roughly 4 minutes of limitless cursed energy plus near-instant regeneration, effectively temporary immortality on a timer he can re-trigger. That's not a gimmick, that's a broken infinite loop. It let him trade blows on even footing with Kenjaku and Uraume, fighters centuries beyond him. Chaotic, ridiculous, and one of the most unfair advantages in the entire story. Number 4. Kenjaku and the Womb Profusion, the domain of a brain that has schemed for 1,000 years. A grotesque tree of malformed bodies rises around you, and here's what pushes it this high. Kenjaku can cast it as an open barrier with no outer shell. Power proof. The manga is explicit that only two beings in existence can expand a domain without enclosing it, Sukuna and Kenjaku. It is described as divine even by the standards of domains. He used it to blast the special grade sorcerer Yuki Tsukumo, one of the strongest humans alive, into oblivion in a single sure hit strike. Only the top three stand above a technique the series itself calls divine. Number 3. Yuta Okkotsu and Authentic Mutual Love. A field of cross-shaped wreckage and 1,000 floating katanas, and the scariest word attached to it is versatile. Power proof. Yuta can copy other people's cursed techniques, and inside his domain, he has unrestricted access to every technique he's ever stolen, free to load any one of them as the domain's can't-miss attack. In the final war, he walked into that space and imbued it with Sukuna's own cleave to fight the King of Curses on his level. A domain with no fixed win condition, because its win condition is whatever it needs to be, is the most adaptable weapon on this entire list. But adaptable isn't the same as absolute. For that, we go to number 2. Number 2. Satoru Gojo and the Unlimited Void. The most refined domain ever drawn. It doesn't slash you, burn you, or judge you. It shows you everything. Trapped inside the Limitless, you receive infinite information all at once. Every sensation, every possibility, forever, in an instant. Your brain simply cannot process it, so your body freezes completely. You can't even blink. Power proof. In Shibuya, Gojo opened the Unlimited Void for a fraction of a second and incapacitated over 1,000 people, plus the disaster-cursed Jogo in one motion. Mass neutralization with zero effort, no killing required. It is the closest thing Jujutsu has to a perfect, unbeatable technique. Almost. Because there is exactly one domain that met the Unlimited Void head-on, and won. Number 1. Ryomen Sukuna and the Malevolent Shrine. This is the strongest domain expansion in Jujutsu Kaisen, and it earns it 3 ways at once. First, like Kenjaku, Sukuna casts it as an open barrier with no outer shell, the divine tier. Second, he can shape its range up to 200 meters of guaranteed hit death. And third, inside it, everything with cursed energy is torn apart by cleave, and everything without it is shredded by dismantle. Automatically, relentlessly, no hand signs needed. Power proof. When Gojo's flawless Unlimited Void clashed with the Malevolent Shrine, the more refined domain is supposed to win, and Sukuna's open barrier domain overpowered and cracked the Unlimited Void's barrier apart. The strongest sorcerer of the modern age had the perfect domain, and the King of Curses still had the better one. That is why the Malevolent Shrine sits at number 1. Not the flashiest, not the biggest, but the only domain that beat the domain no one was supposed to beat. And before you go, a bonus, because we left 3 monsters off this list on purpose. Yorozu's Threefold Affliction, which guarantees every weapon she constructs lands. Cursed Naoya's Time Cell Moon Palace, a domain that forces you to obey 24 frames per second or your cells lock up and shatter. And Jogo's Coffin of the Iron Mountain, a domain that is just an active volcano built to cremate you. Each one deserves its own breakdown, and that's exactly where this channel is going next. Every named cursed technique in Jujutsu Kaisen, ranked from weakest to strongest. Sukuna's 10 Shadows, Gojo's Limitless, the reverse cursed technique loophole that broke the entire power system, all of it. So tell me down in the comments, do you agree that the Malevolent Shrine beats the Unlimited Void? Or is Gojo's domain still the true number 1 and the fight was rigged? And which domain would you least want to be trapped inside? Drop your ranking, subscribe to Kaisen Anime so you don't miss the cursed technique tier list, and I'll see you inside the next barrier.